College of Arts and Science. Admissions open. For more details, log into sacas.ac.in.
Good morning to all. It's my immense pleasure to welcome you all on behalf of SA College of Arts and Sciences for this online awareness session on why should I become a chartered accountant? And here we are honored to have our chief guest, Mrs. Divya Abhishek. She is a chartered accountant and is also a CS and CMA. She has gracefully accepted our invitation and is here in our midst to share her expert knowledge to all our aspiring students. She is truly an inspiration and a living example for all the students. And she is here to say, yes, it is possible if we are committed to our goals. We welcome you, ma'am. Leadership is the capability or the capacity to translate vision into reality. We are proud to have our director, Dr. Sai Satyavati, and our principal, Dr. Malvi Selvakumar, who leads us towards the vision of this great institution. I now request our principal to deliver the welcome address.
Happy morning to one and all present here. A special morning welcome to Mrs. Divya Abhishek. I have two reasons to give that special welcome to her because she is such a distinguished speaker at such a young age. She has addressed over 800 conferences at such a young age, and she has a string of degrees, professional degrees behind her name. And I'm sure that she will be a great inspiration for the younger generation. That is on the official note. On a personal note, I have a very special reason to welcome her, warmly because, incidentally, Mrs. Divya is my schoolmate's daughter. So it's like as if I'm seeing my own daughter on a professional forum. And I'm so happy to welcome you, Mrs. Divya. And I have got raving reviews about the way your sessions have been going in the earlier instances. All of them have been giving me, all of them have lauded you, in fact. And I'm looking forward to you, throwing light on the scope of, uh, you know, uh, the studies for these students, how they can take up professionalism. And I think I'll be very obliged to you if you can touch on professional ethics, because as youngsters, I think a lot of emphasis need to be laid on professional ethics more than choosing the profession. So to go along hand in hand with the profession, I think it's very essential that they develop professional ethics at a young age. So I'm really glad to welcome you on behalf of the management, the faculty, and my dear students. And I hope you have a wonderful session with our students. And this also happens to be one of the pioneer sessions I'm having with my students because I have still not met them offline. It's all an online session, and I've taken up this assignment very recently, only around 3 months, and I've not yet got to meet my dear students one to one. So, this is a very good occasion for me to catch up with them also. Welcome to all the students and all the other guests from other colleges who have attended the program. I wish you all a happy learning. Have a great day. A special welcome once again, and thanks to Mrs. Divya Abhishek for accepting our invitation and for, I'm confident she's going to do a fabulous job. So I'm thanking you in advance for that, Divya. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
I now request Dr. G. Purushothaman, Head Department of Commerce, Accounting and Finance, to introduce our chief guest to the gathering.
Thank you, ma'am. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Mageshwar hai. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Dasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. We are very proud to have you a resource person for the occasions. Thank you, ma'am, for your accepting this webinar. Actually, it is been a great honor for the introduce our guest for this forum. See, Divya Abhishek, a multifaceted personality. She is a dynamic organizer, prolific debater, motivator, social activist, speaker, and a practicing chartered accountant at Chennai. She is a Bachelor of Commerce from University of Madras, fellow member of the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, Associate Member of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India, and Associate Member of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. She is a great in law, having passed her LLB examination with flying colors. She had secured All India 46th rank in Chartered Accountancy in final examinations conducted by ICA and All India 23rd rank in the Company Secretaryship examinations conducted by ICSI, and she is also secured All India 4th rank in the International Taxation examination conducted by CIOT UK. She has qualified in proficiency test for independent directors conducted by the Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs. She has completed her diploma in International Financing Reporting Standards with the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, London, and advanced diploma in International Taxation with Chartered Institute of Taxations, UK, and has obtained her certification in International Tax Law and Transfer Pricing from Leiden University, Netherlands, International Tax Center under the guidance of the world-renowned professors Kees van Rad. She has also attended special sessions at Harvard University. She is the youngest professional to reach this milestone. She did her articleship training with Ernst and Young, and after qualifying as a chartered accountant, she's continued to work with Ernst and Young in the audit and assurance divisions. As a prolific speaker, she has attended over 800 conferences, seminars, and workshops organized by corporate firms, professional bodies, chambers of commerce, university, and various colleges. She has co-authored a book on income tax reference, which is well accepted in the professional and academic circle. She has been nominated to the following committees constituted SIRC of ICA, like a Corporate Laws and Corporate Governance Committee 15 to 16, Corporate Laws and Corporate Governance 16 to 17, International Taxation Committee 17 to 18, Corporate Law and Corporate Governance Committee 2019 to 2020. Finally, Corporate and Allied Laws and Corporate Governance Committee 2021 to 2022. And she is having the various positions held in the other organizations. She has the distinction of being the first secretary, that means business development and trade relations, to the Honorary Council of Zambia in South India. And she has also elected as the treasurer for the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry for women for the year 2019 to 2020 and for the year of 20 to 21. She is the youngest ever president of the Inner Wheel of the Rotary Club of Madras, Next Gen for the year of 2018 to 2019. She was the co-chairpersons of the Women Empowerment Committee constituted by Hindustan Chamber of Commerce for the period of 2015 to 2016. She is the member of advisory committee in Triple Jain College, which focuses on the interactions between the industry and the institution. She is the member of the board of studies in DNB Vaishnava College, which focuses on structuring the curriculum and a syllabus to be adopted by the college. She is the special invitee to the Career Counseling Committee constituted by the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. She was the treasurer for the Inner Wheel Club of the Madras Next Gen for the year of 15 to 16 and 16 to 17. She is the passionate about the women empowerment, being the secretary of Women Empowerment Forum of India, co-founder of the Red Tent, an organization set up for the empowering women entrepreneurs, elected mentor for the FICCI mentorship cell to guide the women entrepreneurs on all the financial matters. Finally, she is the passionate women social activist with a focus on women empowerment. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, it's really mind-blowing to hear on your profile in such a young age. I'm sure you are going to be a role model for the younger generation. Thank you, sir, for that wonderful introduction. I request our chief guest, Mrs. Divya Abhishek, to address the gathering. Over to you, madam.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for setting the right tone for today's session and for the humbling words. Thank you, Dr. Purushottam, for giving such a long and very encouraging introduction. Really means a lot. A very good morning to one and all. I'll be amiss if I do not mention the contribution that Dr. Malati has been doing, having known her personally and now professionally as well. True accolades to you, ma'am. I'm sure the college is going to go great heights. You might think it has been 3 months, but I'm sure the kind of impact that you are creating today is going to last a legacy to come. So with that,
Thank
I think we will jump right into the topic for today. Can I request all of you to be on put on mute so that it is easier to present? Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I hope, is my screen visible to all?
Yeah, it
Okay,
is.
great. Okay,
Yes,
a
ma'am.
very good morning, students. I see a large number of you have come to today's session, which itself is very encouraging because it goes to show that on a Saturday morning at 11 a.m., where you can choose to go rest, go enjoy, you've chosen your career over everything else, which itself shows the dedication and the importance you give yourself more than anything in this world, and that's extremely important. So today's session, I'm not going to tell you about what is already available on YouTube. I'm going to give you a very practical twist. Being a professional myself, having done all 3 professional courses over the course of 3 or 4 years' time, I think it's very important that as students, we understand what is the right aspect to these courses. I hear a lot of fear that is being emanating from time to time that it is very difficult, I should not take it, it is not for me. So we're going to bust all these myths and I'm going to give you a true picture of what it entails being a professional. And I think the most important attribute, irrespective of which career you take, is to understand what piques your curiosity as a student. It's very, very important. Now, as children, we see children being extremely happy. And the reason is because they're so passionately curious about everything. They ask you questions about everything and then only make a choice. But as we grow older, somehow, somewhere in the air, we sort of miss out on being as passionately curious about life. And I think, especially in matters of decision of your own career, it becomes important that each and every one of us are extremely curious to understand what are the options available to you. What do you see yourself becoming 10 years from now, 20 years from now? What is going to last in your mind? What is going to push you to make you give your hardest, make you give your fullest effort into, and then determine what you want to do in life? And that is where always this question of desire and burning desire comes up. Now, let's take a scenario. All of us, the 100 to 500 of us, go to a movie theater today, forgetting COVID, all those issues. Very inspiring movie. The hero starts on the streets. It's an auto driver's son. Suddenly, over the course of 10-15 years, because of hard work, he practices sports every day. He becomes the best boxer in the world. Wins an Olympic gold medal. We are all extremely inspired when we see this movie. In fact, all 500 of us in the theater, we think, okay, we should also try something. Out of the 500, 400 of us think, why can't I also try boxing? Because there is no age limit to success, is it not? So all of us want to go give a shot at boxing. And when we come out of the theater, 300 of us still remember that incident where we still think, okay, tomorrow I can go and try doing something. Once we get home from the 300, about 150 still have it in their mind. Amongst the 150, maybe 5 of them will go enroll for a class the next day for this particular sport. Now, what I mean to say is, friends, this is an incident that happens very often in all our lives where we get very inspired by something. But amongst the 500, not even 1% of the crowd actually is determined to continue with it, to understand what it is, and to even do some research or go to a basic class. And that is what happens when it comes to decisions of matters of your career. What happens is, I hear many students, one day one of them want to do CA, one day one of them want to become an MBA because they're very inspired by something. But over a period of 5 days, that thought goes away. And that is where I want to point out, if you really want to be successful, it is not about the difficulty, it is not about what you want to do, but it is about understanding what you believe you want to do, and more importantly, sticking to it. Having that burning desire that I will achieve. I'm inspired by this goal. It does not matter. It can be even the smallest goal. You take the street sweeper. That is no less a job. But is he the best street sweeper in the world? That is the matter of question. So whatever you pick up, today we are going to talk about professional courses. After the session, you might think, okay, this I'm not interested in this. This is not for me. Doesn't matter. Anything you pick up today, what is important is every single day of your life, you have to work towards it. There is no shortcut to success. You might say, you might look at someone's success and say, hey, his destiny is good. He's destined to succeed. But I want to correct you. He was determined to succeed and destiny helped him to succeed. So the determination, the discipline is what makes the entire difference in anybody's life to succeed. If you will it, there is definitely going to be a way. More often than not, another aspect that a lot of us feel, I'm not from a big family. Already that family has many CAs, so it is easier for someone. I want to remind you, the most extraordinary people that turned out in the world today came from the most ordinary places. Because, very simply, by the basis of you not having a backup, you will tend to work harder. You will value that work more. So if you are someone who feels nobody in my family is a CA, it is going to be very difficult for me. I want to tell you it is the easiest for you because you are creating that legacy. You do not have any expectations because you are writing your own expectations. So don't have these insecurities that someone is better, someone is more wealthier, someone is better at mathematics. I hear that a lot. Oh, you are doing maths better, that means you'll be a better CA. All that is not true. You determine your own goal. Let us take APJ Abdul Kalam. He started off as a newspaper boy. Every morning 4 a.m. he distributed newspaper in the streets in different homes. 40 years later, what he said went in the newspaper to the same homes. That is progress. He started from nothing. But instead of distributing the newspaper, people were distributing what he was saying in the newspapers. So always keep your goal extremely high. It will take time. It is not going to happen in 1 year. It will not happen before you finish college. But the minute you set your goal, you will work towards it. Do not waver from it because determination and discipline are two most important secrets in your life to success. How many of you feel CA is difficult? How many of you think the minute somebody says chartered accountancy, it is extremely difficult, I'm going to fail, no point trying it? And I'm not here to say it is easy. CA is extremely difficult. Chartered accountancy is a difficult course. But how many of you also think, if you take Virat Kohli, was it easy for him to be the best cricketer? Was it easy for anyone in your Indian cricket team to get to that position? The Australian tournament that we had won through the Indian cricket team, most of them were not even born before the first time that we won the tournament. It took that many years for India to win again. So please remember, friends, CA is difficult. There is no doubt about that. But anything in life which is going to make your life easier is going to be difficult. But it does not mean just because it is difficult, you need to be super intelligent. You need to have so much knowledge or backing to clear it. This is a very, very common misunderstanding where people think the minute something is difficult, unless you are a college topper, unless you topped in school, you are extremely good at academics, you cannot clear it. In fact, I want to tell you very upfront, most of the people who did extremely well in college did not really do well in CA. Because CA is a course that does not require any intelligence. CA is a course that requires discipline, planning, and hard work. Now, I'm not going to give just a generic gyan for you. This session is for me to tell you a little more in detail on where you need to focus, what you need to work hard. So I'll cover that a little later over the course of my presentation. Now, I'm reminded of one example when you say CA is difficult. I was going in a train from Kumbakonam to Chennai. A gentleman was sitting next to me. Naturally, in India, always the second question you ask someone is, what are you doing? So he asked me, what are you doing? I said, I'm a chartered accountant and lawyer. I'm practicing. Immediately he had lot of doubts, financial doubts, and I was answering it to him because we are very used to questions coming up when you say you're a finance professional, is it not? So when I was clarifying, probably after 2 or 3 hours, our station had come. So I said, sir, please give me your card. Very important to exchange cards. And then I noticed that he is the owner of the biggest textile manufacturing company in India. So please remember, while CA is difficult, the minute you clear it, the respect you get. Otherwise, I cannot even imagine speaking to a textile owner, largest textile owner in India. But by the very fact that he knew I was a CA, he assumed, okay, I can ask her my doubts. And that is the benefit that you are going to derive. When you do a difficult course, the journey will be difficult. When you finish that journey, when you embark and finish that entire journey, the end of it, the kind of benefits you will derive, 3 years of hard work, 30 years of very comfortable lifestyle. So please remember, it is going to be difficult, but today, from today, even the first year students or even students who have not joined college, if you start planning, if you understand your life, if you have set the goal that you want to do a professional course, it is going to be smooth. It will not be easy. Your journey will be smooth because you are planning. More importantly, the minute you finish, you will be that 1% of chartered accountants in India for that year. So that respect and pride that comes, the people who will look up to you. Many a times you go tell someone I'm a CA, he'll say, oh, you are smart. You might not be smart, but that is the assumption that you will get from it. So it's an extremely good course, students, something that all of you should consider. I'll take you through the course. Since all of you are in college, the route that you can take to enter into your CA course is called a direct route. The only requirement is you need to have 55% marks in your commerce, which all of you should have. Even otherwise, you should aim to get good marks in college. That is the only reason why all of us have enrolled, apart from having a good life, making friends, and all those other things. You can enroll for your intermediate course through after college. Once you finish your third final exams, one thing that is required is there's a 4 weeks training for information technology and soft skills. So these trainings are considered very important because, as all of you know, chartered accountancy is a correspondence course. We do not have a college to go to. So they try to insert many of these trainings during the course of your exams itself to ensure that you meet fellow chartered accountants. There's some networking opportunity, some soft skills are being taught. So please take them seriously. Once you clear your inter, there's an articleship. That is, you join some CA firm, learn for 3 years, work there. During the course of articleship, after 2.5 years, you can enroll for your CA final exam. Again, before you complete your course, you need to do another 4-week training and enroll as a CA member. Take it from me, having done multiple courses, any professional course, you take CA, CS, CMA, very similar way of curriculum, easiest. You do not have to keep going to the institute. You have only 3 times a year when you even need to check and update. It is a matter of planning, preparing for these exams and finishing them. Now you might ask me, okay, you've said all that, what is the cost? The cost is going to be less than 50,000 to start and finish your entire CA course if you are studying on your own. Naturally, if you're going to go outside classes, probably another 20,000 gets added. But also the benefit is going to be whatever cost you're spending this 50,000, you will earn it in 1 year of your articleship training. There's a minimum stipend that goes 3 years articleship training. The first year itself, you will earn this entire 50,000. So if you are someone who is worried about finances, I say blindly go register for one of the 3 professional courses. You will not ask your parents for money. In fact, from your second year onwards, you will give your house money of what you have earned, something that not everybody has an opportunity to do, especially after college, having a job, making that money, still being able to study, and also being able to do much more. So the cost is very, very less. In fact, there is a running joke that says it is very inexpensive to, not cheap, it is very inexpensive to enter into the CA course, but very expensive to finish it. That is wrong. It is extremely inexpensive to finish, extremely inexpensive to get out of the course. If you study just those 3 years of your life, also you will not be studying the entire 3 years. Take it from me, Being a rank holder, I myself studied 4 months, probably 8 months for both your inter and final. You do not study beyond that. You have a practical experience while studying. You learn your CA aspects also. So it makes it a lot easier. So while you have people saying, oh, you have to study all 3 years, you have to forget everything, that is not true. What you don't get to do, while your fellow college graduates will be able to go for movies, cricket matches, during your exam time, that 4 months, you will not be able to go. But in my view, 4 months of your life to struggle is worthwhile to ensure that you finish an exam. So please remember, friends, it is not what you hear. Having done all courses, it is not difficult. It is only requires discipline and planning. You see the curriculum also, it is not that difficult. If you plan ahead of time, it is going to be easy. Now, many of you might think, especially the first year students, okay, maybe I should have attended this lecture after my 3 years of college. What is the benefit of understanding all of this now? That's where I want to impact and tell you the importance that even though you're in your first year, you need to understand how CA is. Now, some of you might have decided, I want to become a chartered accountant. Excellent. But how are you sure of your decision? So during college itself, try to take up an internship with a CA firm. It is not very difficult to get an internship. Anywhere, if you say, I'll do internship, firms will take you because you are a free resource for them to get work done, is it not? So try doing an internship with a CA firm so that you understand the feel of being in a CA firm, understanding what they do. See if you have interest in accounts. Now, a lot of us feel I'm not very good at accounts, double entry, that means I cannot do CA. I want to emphasize to you, chartered accountancy, you have accounts, audit, tax. It is not necessary that you need to be a wizard in accounts. You can pick out any of these aspects. So unless you do it, unless you practically understand how to do it in a computer, you will not realize it. Also, you do not need calculator, you do not need books in order to work. So what you learn theoretically and what you will experience practically is going to be a little different. So I encourage all of you, whether you decide to do CA or not, to definitely aspire to get an internship, especially during these times, friends. We are in a time where there is corona, where we are not even able to go to the college, which also means it is an opportunity. In every adversity, there is an opportunity. Your opportunity today is you are saving the travel time to college, which means over and above your college, you can try to get an internship and try and do both. Why internship? Most offices are also working offline now. So the possibility of getting something where you can do two things at the same time is extremely important. And that's the only way you are going to be better than somebody else. How is someone more accomplished than somebody else? How is someone more faster? How is someone reaching their goals? Because they learned the art of multitasking. They learned the art of grabbing opportunities when they came. So as students now, if you're a first year student, if you finish 12th standard, go do an internship. There is no age limit. No office will say you are very young, I will not take you. Everyone requires a resource at this point of time. And how do we do that? How many of you recognize this logo? I think in a digital age where we are constantly on social media, this logo is important because this signifies a platform where millions of companies recruit people, and that is none other than LinkedIn. And this is something I encourage all students. Now we are very active on WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook. How many of us are active on LinkedIn? How many of you here have a profile on LinkedIn? How many of you are understanding what courses you want to do, following blogs, following the companies where you aspire to work in? Now we all think, let us wait to finish our 3 years college and then we can take a call, we'll think about career. I think that is the first mistake that we do as students. What is important is today itself, you need to understand what are the jobs that are available, build up your profile, which I will cover a little more in detail over the course of our session, and ensure you get these things done. So once this is what I said about internship was for the first and second year students. If you're someone in your third year of college, you've decided that you are going to do CA, then there is something called as a provisional registration, which you can do 6 months before you finish college. So you check out the institute website. All this requires only click of the button, friends. Okay, it keeps changing day in and day out, the procedures and the formalities. So go to the institute website today. There's a student portal which allows you to register, wherein it says 6 months before you finish your final, you can register. And why it gives you an advantage is, if you remember, I said you cannot write your inter exams without finishing the 4-week training. So it enables college students to finish that 4-week training during the period of provisional registration itself, which means even before you officially go register for your CA course, you can finish a lot of aspects that are time consuming. Thereby, you'll have much more time to study. So one important aspect whenever you think of doing any professional course, so while I might be focusing a lot more on CA, this is going to be applicable for your company secretary and for your cost and management accountant. I'll spend a little time in the end to tell you the differences between the three. What is important is how you maximize your time to study for the exams. So the more you save your time when you have the free time, especially when you finish college, I'm sure there's going to be 1 or 2 months where you will have the time. So go provisionally register, be ahead of the curve, ensure you finish your practical training during that period itself. So now I've given you a broad perspective of how CA works. There are 2 entry modes. One is for you college students where you can join through the intermediate. The other is for your +2 students who can join through a foundation course. And what I want to emphasize, a lot of people feel, oh, now I've done college, so it is taking too much time. Maybe I should have done after school. And that's where you need to remember, by virtue of you doing college, you have 2 advantages. One, you already have a bachelor's degree. So thereby at any point of time, even in between, if you decide, I do not want to pursue a professional course, you will have a ready job offer opportunity on hand, which enables you to take more risk and try these professional courses. Second, more importantly, that people do not remember easily is, if you are joining CA after school, you need to write something called as a foundation exam. But if you are joining CA after you finish college, you are already halfway through. You only have to write your intermediate and final exam, which means by default, all of you have already cleared 1 level of CA out of the 3 levels. So please remember, doing college, taking up CA is an excellent call also. It is never too late. There are people who are 60 years old, 70 years old who are clearing CA today. So it is never too late to embark on a journey. Do not think just because you have finished college, it is going to be 3 years of your life will amount to nothing. Take it from me. If you do all these diligent planning of provisionally registering, finishing up courses, studying, nobody is stopping you to not work during the course of a CA. You can take up a work also, or take up 2 or 3 professional courses. There are multiple opportunities available at your desk today on what you need to do. So having understood the course curriculum, why should I do it? How is it going to make it any different? Why should I struggle 3 years of my life? And I've already studied during college, I've studied all of school. Don't I deserve a break? And the most important facet to it is, the minute you finish CA, assured 6 lakh salary. And take it from me, professionals can never go out of jobs. Every building, every shop, every tea side stall that you see requires a chartered accountant. Is it not? Without their finance in hand, without planning their business, they will not be able to do anything. So there is never a case, whether there is corona, whether there is no corona, depression, economic issues, you will never run out of a job. So first and foremost, it gives you a stability that no other business can give you. Because we are aware how many businesses had to close down. But have you heard of any professional office shutting down during the period of corona? The answer is no. Professionals in general have an extremely high stability, be it a chartered accountant, be it a teacher, be it a doctor. These are very, very important, respected services that can never go out of requirement. Second, by being a CA, you have a global recognition because the professional courses are governed by the constitution, which means this degree is given to you by the parliament. It is considered officially as a postgraduate degree. World over, there is recognition on a chartered accountant or a company secretary or a lawyer. So please keep in mind that the recognition you will get is equal to someone who has an MBA around the world. No age limit, which means even if you're 40, you decide, let me give it a try, you do it. And in reality, it happens. Many people do it later. I would think, why not do it early on? If you think, even if you have 20% interest, I would push you to try it, because this does not require you to physically be present. It does not take any of your time. So you can always take up a job, still pursue CA. Nobody is monitoring. As long as you do your articleship correctly, you are okay. So you can still pursue your intermediate, take up a job. But what happens is, friends, the more you dilute, the more you are not clear of your goals, the harder it becomes for you to give 100% to some goal. So my suggestion is, while you can do 2 or 3 things together, you can do 2 or 3 professional courses together. For example, you can do your chartered accountancy and your company secretary together. That is okay, because I have done it. They have overlapping subjects. It's not difficult. But if you decide, I want to go work in TCS and I also want to try CA, I would say, please don't try. If you're taking up something, do it 100%, finish it. That will give you a satisfaction that you gave it your 100%. And CA is a course where you need to give your 100%. So please ensure you do that. It helps you network. Like I said, that example of the train story that I said, where you can make easier networks around, like understanding business. Anyone will approach you, ask you doubts, and so on and so forth. So typically, when you see your chart accountancy is split into 3, you have your exams, you need to do your articleship, and you need to do your compliance course. And a question that everybody has: what is the biggest secret to clear CA? There is really only one secret. And that one secret I cannot emphasize enough, which is only hard work. You do not need anything else. You do not need a neat handwriting. People try to register in different cities thinking, if I go to this exam center, I will clear. Please don't do all those things. As long as you work hard. And when I say hard work, friends, a lot of people say, okay, I need to get minimum 40%. I need to get aggregate 50 marks. So I'll quickly aim for 50 marks. These are the questions that come every exam, I'll try it. Unfortunately, these are professional courses. You will not have past year exam questions coming. You cannot choose between the chapters. So if you are someone who aims at getting 100 marks, if you are someone who's aiming to get first rank, it is assured that you will clear the exam. You might get the first rank too if you are working hard enough. But if you are aiming to get 40 marks, 50 marks, leaving chapters, take it from me, do not write the exam, because you will not be able to clear it. That is the most important aspect, because what I notice, and having counseled many students, the people who fail are the students who act a little smart, who think they know what questions are going to come. They leave a few chapters, and correctly CA will focus on those chapters, because that is what they do. They do not have a repetitive mode, which is also why the pass percentage is 2%, 3%. The pass percentage is not low because of the difficulty. What happens is, it is very voluminous. You have 20,000 pages to finish. As long as you're a student who plans ahead throughout the course, for example, I said all of you can go register provisionally, is it not? So when you register, you will get the books also. The institute gives you the books. If you open and see, if you start diligently planning and studying a bit every day, then before the exam, you will have no reason to skip any chapter. The minute you skip a chapter, please take it from me, it is going to be difficult to clear. Another common myth: if I study for 16 hours, I will clear. The first ranker studied for 20 hours. So I'll study 20 hours, I'll sleep 4 hours. Please do not do that. Do not equate your studying time to CA. For example, you might study for 20 hours, but only 3 hours you might be effective. How you need to plan is, you need to split. If I finish these portions by this day, then I will go to sleep. Then automatically you will study better, or you will study longer according. So please remember, when you get the books, very important, because what happens is, a lot of students get these books, they spend a lot of time on one subject. Before you know it, you are 1 month before the exam, you don't have time to revise, and then it becomes even more difficult to clear the exams. So it is all about planning properly. What if you don't clear? I think that's where you should remember the example of a mirror. Even though a mirror breaks into multiple pieces, it still does the job of reflecting. Most of the first rankers themselves took 2 or 3 attempts to get that first rank. So do not let go. Do not let people tell you that it is difficult. You can register for articleship. I just want to quickly cover 2 or 3 aspects before I leave it open for questions. And if you are someone who has decided CA, enrolled, articleship is very important. One thing that I notice, whether you're doing CA or not, is ensuring that you prepare the right resume. I notice many students, they just copy from each other. So automatically, please remember, this is your blueprint. Before you go into an interview, you will first give your resume. So your employer is already thinking about you through your resume. So any job you apply for, any articleship training you go for, ensure your resume is very, very well done. Now I'm sure all of you recognize this car on the screen. It is your Tata Nano. While extremely innovative, what happened is that on 5 words that completely destroyed Nano was this world's cheapest car. Because typically in India, people associate car to prestige. The minute Tata Nano came out as the cheapest, nobody wanted to buy it because it will show their economic status and was no longer prestigious. So please remember, your resume is equally important, where you should not have words that will ensure that you do not even get through that interview. Spend some time. And resume is something that cannot be done in a day. That also requires from your first year of college, sit and prepare it. Only if you put pen to paper, you will understand what you have accomplished, what you need to accomplish. Very, very important critical aspects to take this seriously. Ensure you give only the right information. I've had one article student or one internship student comment, I know everything about Tally. But what happened was, after you hired them, you find out that they didn't know. So if you don't know something, please don't put it on your resume as something you know. All these are important aspects that cost you a lot during the course of your life. And also remember, when you take a resume, you can prepare 2-3 kinds of resume. If you are someone who wants to try internship at an accountant office, wants to try internship at a designing team, you're very multifaceted, you want to try different, then prepare 2 different resumes. Because knowing Excel, knowing Tally, a CA office will need, but knowing a software, being good at designing another resume might need. So there is this misunderstanding among students that you can have only one resume. Please remember, you can have multiple resumes. Spend some time. I think that is the most important aspect. Your career is extremely critical. So spending time on these aspects becomes very important. Now, the last example that I want to talk about is this very common economic theory, which is called the Cobra effect. So what happened was, in ancient India, in New Delhi, there was a sudden outbreak of many cobras. People were dying. The king was very worried. He went with his minister. He had an inspection. He immediately said, for anyone who brings a dead cobra, I'll give 2 gold coins. So what happened was, the king started giving gold coins, and suddenly the king started noticing that gold coins were over, but still people were bringing dead cobras. So he sent his minister to check what happened. How come I'm still getting dead cobras and only 1,000 were there? What the minister found out was, the villagers were breeding cobras. They were growing cobras so that they could go get gold coins from the king. King got very angry. He said, I won't give gold coins anymore. Do whatever you want. Next day, more than 3,000 cobras were released, where 3,000 people died. Because the breeders did not have any incentive to feed the cobra, kill it, take it to the queen. So they just released the cobras into the economy. So please remember, friends, like this example where the king made intuitive decision. At the point when he made the decision, it made sense, but he didn't put much thought. He said, I will give gold coins without thinking. Ultimately, the damage that only 1,000 people could have died, more than 3,000 people died in the end. And that is exactly what happens when you decide about your career. Don't decide about a career after one talk or after understanding. Instead, spend time to understand the different options available to you as BCom graduates today. Don't just go after this talk, enroll for CA. Take some time. Don't do the mistake where what the king did by making intuitive choices. Spend some time on yourself. Understand what are the courses available to you on hand today, and then take a decision. Now, what are the courses? You have various aspects. You can study CA, there is CA, CMA, these are professional courses, or you can study further MBA, MCom. I only want to throw a word of caution. Many people I notice do MBA because, ma'am, I don't know what to do after this, or my friend is doing, I'll do. Please don't make those decisions. If you are someone who likes management, if you are someone in college who likes leading teams, who likes taking up projects, then look for an MBA. And even when you choose an MBA, understand what you want to specialize in. There are various specialties in MBA itself. Or you can be a certified financial planner, banking, insurance, IRS, IPS. The opportunities that a BCom graduates have is phenomenal, friends, because it gives you a very wide array into the different options you can choose today. So I want to conclude by just throwing some light on these three courses, specific professional courses that we are discussing today. If you're now another common question, which one to do, which is the easiest? Friends, please remember none of the courses are easy, including your MBA MCOM. If you want to be the best student, if you want to be successful, everything is equally difficult. So don't make a decision based on what is easy. Everything takes time. Everything requires that studying to do. The difference is on the subjects that each one has. For example, if it's chartered accountancy, you have accounting, taxation, audit as your main ones. If it's company secretary, focuses more on legal, company law, so on and so forth. If it's CMA, it focuses more on costing. How will you know today? As a student, you've only read by internship. So take up internship. If you do in a CA firm, see if you like it. Next internship, do in a CS firm. No one is stopping you. In college, you can get a free pass to anything. And one more advantage of internship is you make any mistake, you will not be blamed because they know you are a college student, you are there to learn. So the more internships you do, the more opportunities you understand, the more you look into these aspects online, you will be able to decide yourself which professional course is more suitable for you. And also, if you largely see the way these courses are structured, the exams are very similar. You need to go through the 3 levels. If you finish college, you skip the foundation level. Many of you might also do 2 courses together. Absolutely no harm in that, because end of the day, the 3 professional courses have a lot of subjects that are overlapping. So it is a good decision to do 2 or 3 courses together as long as you spend 100% of your time on preparing for it. It takes about 4 years. If you do it on first attempt, I'm saying you will finish it on first attempt, and then you have an articleship period. What are the opportunities after you finish a professional course? If you are someone who wants to do your own business, good time to start it. If you want to go to employment, you can. If you want to study further, you can. Various opportunities abroad is there, CFA, CMA, CPA. So it becomes very, very important. Now, over and above all of this, during the time of Corona, when there's so many uncertainties, one thing you can plan to do is upskill yourself. For example, if you have decided you want to do a professional course, so many courses are available online for you to do in the digital world. You can understand how basic software like Tally works, how PowerPoint works, Excel works. Based on what you want to do something specific to that. Now, if you're someone who wants to do a professional course, going and specializing in coding might not help you. But specializing in softwares related to chartered accountancy, related to a professional course, will be of extreme use and importance to you. When you go for an interview, even for your articleship training, how will one person distinguish you from another? Now, take 2 of you from the same college, both of you hold a BCom degree. What is going to be the difference? And that is where doing this certificate courses or diplomas will be really helpful. I've given you a list of online platforms where you can learn many concepts for free, where you can obtain certification from. So the minute you do all of this, your employer will automatically know that you are very serious about your career, and having you in his or her company will be a huge asset to them. So definitely it takes time, especially now when everything is on digital platforms. Upskill yourself, do the required coding, skilling, all of that, and ensure you do it well. And I want to conclude by saying it is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent. It is the one that is most adaptable to change. So take this COVID era not as a disappointment, take it as an opportunity for all of you. If any of you have any questions, I would like to take it up. I definitely want to thank the college, because I had hoped having these kind of lectures during my college time or when I studied would have been of huge help to me to just be aware. Phenomenal job done by the college for the welfare of the students. It's been a great morning speaking with all of you. I'd love to interact further. If any of you have any questions, feel free to ask me now. You also see my email ID on the screen. You can always write to me at any point of time. So with that, I would like to conclude my presentation. Sir, if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to take it up. And over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for the motivational words with example which made the students really understand the fact of having a burning desire is one required to become successful with strong determination and commitment. Ma'am, you have made it very clear it's just 4 years of sacrifice to become a professional and just settle for lifetime. And you have given a brief explanation for the students on the course, the planning process, stages to approach, and the secrets to clear the exam, how to build their resume, opportunities available. Thank you, ma'am, for spending your valuable time for the benefit of our students. Now the floor is open for Q&A. The students can unmute yourself and ask your questions.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, you told we want to try many internships. I tried, ma'am, in Indeed app. The companies are recommended, but how was the perfect procedure to do the internship, ma'am? How can we apply it?
So one way, if you have decided which course you want to do, for example, if it's a CA or a CS, the institute notice board has a lot of employers who ask for jobs. You have newspapers. LinkedIn is very good in terms of just filtering and understanding. The reason why I insist on social media or LinkedIn is because it's easier to get in touch with the companies directly. You also have a lot of recruiters who do that. So I think as a starting point, you can check the institute notice board on what are the jobs that are required, or your area newspaper, because that's where many firms advertise and ask for people. Or in my view, I think a lot of students, they just come in, are the ones who just walk in and ask for a job. Many employers might not realize they need it till they have the requirement. Definitely try that in your vicinity. If there is a firm or a professional organization, just ask them, do you require a job? Take it from me, especially during these times, everyone requires some help. So you will have a lot of opportunities that come by.
Okay, ma'am.
I am not a student. I am a parent of a student. Can I ask a question?
Definitely.
Yeah. All this thing I was hearing, it's you were recommending after completing the BCom. Is it advisable to do along with BCom, though they can write the inter exam, but still can they clear the foundation and then simultaneously do this say intermediate course also, because that might help in completing the BCom also easily? Do you advise it, or would you advise to take it up only after completing BCom?
Okay, so let me clarify, ma'am. I did not say doing it after BCom is the right way. I just said both are okay, because many people, since largely the students of college, many people feel they're already late, and that is definitely not the scenario. I'm someone who did CA right after my 12th standard, so it helped me finish it by the time I was 21 with both CA and CS. So I recommend both the routes. It depends on what you want to do and the call that you take. For example, even though I did CA right after school, I still did my BCom through correspondence. So in my view, it is good to have a BCom degree, whether you're doing it through a college or correspondence, because I value a BCom degree very highly. In the event where any other profession course does not pick up, you always have a BCom degree which assures you a job. So I recommend doing a BCom degree either through correspondence or through college. Both are equally fine. It is never too late to do a CA course. If you do through correspondence, you do CA simultaneously, like the way I did. If you do college, like a lot of students here, and do CA after, you are just skipping one step. So while I did 3 steps, they directly get into the second step because they did the 3 years of college. So completely independent decision. My only view here is one is not better than the other. Both are equally beneficial to students, whichever they choose to do.
Only thing I may again ask that what is the pass percentage, or what is the success rate of students doing after completing BCom, or while after taking up the foundation course?
It is it's equal in my view, ma'am. I think the success rate is based on the hard work that student is putting before the exam. It is not about when they took up the course, which age they took up. The success rate is directly proportional to the hard work you put in studying and finishing the exam.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Does anyone else have any other questions? You need not keep it to CA. You can ask me any questions you have about your career, about commerce. Feel free to do that. or you can also write to me after the session. Don't worry about it. I'm here to just clarify all your doubts. So feel free to do that as well.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request Dr. Shanti Revati, Assistant Professor, Department of Business Administration, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. A warm and lovely morning to all. It's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of SA College of Arts and Science. First of all, I thank our chief guest, Mrs. Divya Abhishek, Chartered Accountant, who, despite her busy schedule, has found time to grace this occasion. I would also thank my gratitude to our management, our correspondents, through Venkatesh Raja, our beloved principal, Dr. Malati Selvakumar, and our director, Dr. Sai Satyavadi. Last but not least, I thank all our staffs and students of SA College for making this session very vibrant and effective. Thank you once again.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
the
you so much.
participants are requested to fill the feedback form and the link is posted in the chat box. I once again thank all of you for your active participation. Have a great weekend, relax and enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
SA College of Arts and Science admissions open. For more details log into sacas.ac.in.